And we are live. What a joy to be live.
Hello out there.
Hey, to the millions and millions of viewers. Today is Sunday, August 26th, weekend collaboration. I'm here with Peter and Dan. And yeah, we are still going on with the MOOC from Berkeley, Engineering Software as a Service. We are in week 2 and currently working on the homework for week 2. And as before we came live, I was just telling Peter that yesterday we did finish up with the is it part 4 of homework 2, which was introducing us to Cucumber, just how to understand how the Cucumber stuff works. There was some bit of mocking, which is really interesting, and I think they said it was using a gem for mocking. That was very interesting because there's always this thing of we mock it if it's external, mock it. So at least yesterday I got a feel of mocking something, and
Yeah, that was my first experience with that.
with the mock as well.
Yes.
Yeah, normally I think I don't write units. I've never been writing unit tests so much. So I had this situation, and a friend of mine was just telling me, mock that external thing. You don't have to go to that, and yeah. So I was like, mock. So today finally I saw a mock, and yeah, it's interesting.
But you were mocking an external API?
Yeah.
Or, okay, that's
the API that brings the word. You remember? Yeah. Let me just. I think I'm not sharing yet. So there was this part with the. I think it's in the steps and the. Which feature was that? It wasn't the guest feature.
Game steps.
Yeah, in the game step. So they're using this stub requests.
Oh.
Yeah, so stub request, and then they say that stub request comes from a gem, which is called. Let me just get that guy. Where you? So they said. Where did we stop it? Where did we reach with you, Peter?
I think. I'm not sure if I read the get random word first.
Did we run this test with you?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I think it's somewhere higher.
I think it was there. Visit new. Yeah, that one.
Where? Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so maybe we can just start there. But where is the mock? Where's the mock? Where are you mock? I can't find it.
Web mock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were saying they said given the hint that okay, in game steps.rb, look at the code for I start new game step, and in particular the stub request command. Given the hint that that command is provided by a gem or library called webmock, what's going on with that line and why is it needed. Use Google if needed. So the line that they're saying is this, where they have, when I start a new game with Word, do stub request, get I think this one should post to this, but then it returns status 200, then the headers are empty, then the body is the word that we passed here. Yes, I think when we did curl with this, I don't know whether you were there when we were doing curl with this command. Was it curl? With this, okay, so command C, clear this bad boy, then maybe I need to make this bigger. So when I do curl, I don't know whether we did curl this. There's a way no, not curl. Curl gets back the web page. There's a way we ran this command and got a word back. I can't remember. Well, I can't remember how we did it, but whenever we pinged this,
it returned the word. Yeah.
It returned the value.
Okay.
Yeah.
In real life scenario, I'm not sure if you would actually mock a real service for an API return, because that might cause that you are using you are using your limits of number of calls. But yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting question. So
using so you're talking about like on Heroku or something, or
no, not like Heroku. For instance, a Twitter API. If you, for instance, testing a response from an API where you have a rate limit or a call limit in a certain amount of time, like you cannot make more call. I'm not talking about like a small example like this one, but when you are, I don't know, you have thousands of calls to that API in some scenario, then probably you wouldn't lose. You don't want to lose any like test calls just for the sake of testing the real API. We would probably mock up with a sample response and test that through, and you wouldn't call the real like URL you would in a real case. So yeah, that's why I was asking like what you are mocking at, because that might cause that actually you're calling, so you're running tests thousands of times during a day, and you would wonder why your rate limit is over. So you are always getting an exception that your rate limit is over. Your rate limit is over mean value. Your normal like software is running normally. So yeah, that might be the case.
Oh, okay. So I'm not sure. So that means, does it mean that the stub request does not call the?
Might be the case, honestly. I'm not familiar with the webmock jam, so it might be the case that it's just creating a sample of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks like it's taking that whenever you get a request for this URL, it just replaces it with Word.
Okay, so then it's actually calling it. Okay. Anyways, I think
I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know. We need to check this webmock jam to really know it, or ask someone who is more experienced with the webmock jam.
Yeah.
So when that's that URI is used in the get random word method, right, in the hang person game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it called, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
But-
I think at that point, it just returns the word that instead of actually making the call to that URI, it just returns that word.
Actually, they
Can
have
be.
they have this word stabbing, which may mean something different. I don't know what the English meaning of stabbing means. I just understand like stabbing with a knife or something.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I don't know what they mean by using the stabbing here, the verb.
Kind of the same.
A stub is like what you have after you've cut your finger off with a knife. So it's just kind of like a little.
Bruce.
It's a no. It's like a. So when you write a method that basically is just there to as like a placeholder, it doesn't really do anything because you haven't written code in it. That's considered a stub
Okay.
method.
Yeah.
So maybe you're. Yeah, let me share my screen real quick. So if I were gonna like if I wanted to just start working on this and I didn't want to implement, like I might start by just putting guess letter and then just like print a string instead of have this code here, and that would be a stub. Like basically it doesn't do anything. I don't know if that really makes sense.
Yeah, I think the placeholder was a great synonym.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think Faith's joined us. Hi, Faith.
Yeah, she joined.
Hello.
Hey, Faith.
Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello.
Maybe she's away from the computer.
Maybe she's muted. Muted Faith.
That's for sure. She's.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's early. Congratulations. Yesterday, actually, she joined after you left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
She has fun joining late. Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we can just proceed from where we left yesterday, so that maybe it can refresh you into what we are going. I know you've done them. You've done this before, but maybe maybe we just need to refresh the mind.
Yeah.
So you said we left at develop the scenario for guessing a letter.
I certainly haven't seen. You guys, it's up to you. Basically, where you left off, you can just continue from there. I don't want to interrupt the flow for sure.
Okay.
So whatever you finished yesterday.
So yesterday, I think we finished this where we you had Daniel, you had this test passing. This was it. This one is this the one that I don't have passing right now? Let me see.
No, let's see. I just ran it again, just to make sure it was still passing. No, I'm just kidding. I was just getting back to where we were. So it says cucumber features / start new game feature, and you can see it's passing. And I noticed that there's like it's repeated what it says twice. I wonder
Yeah.
if it's supposed to do that or if I messed it up or
I think I'm
see it says and I press new game is once and then I should see guess a letter and then it repeats that and I press new game, then I should see guess a letter.
Oh, is that the start new game feature?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's I think that's right.
Really?
I think that's why we did the action.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's where we put the action in. But I'm saying, like, why is it repeated here? Like, why is these two steps repeated in a scenario?
oh yeah.
It was pre-written.
Yeah.
Do I have the same?
Oh, that's a bug then. I mean, not a bug,
Or
but
maybe I changed it accidentally.
yeah, maybe you doubled something. No, it's
Yeah, I have the same.
then someone messed up against the file, but it's it's not necessary. I think if it's not testing like a specific like edge case, like I don't know, testing if after starting a game you can start a new game, because in that case that would be probably correct. Then
yeah.
no need.
Yeah, I think it's written twice. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Just
it's just
sure,
given us to do.
I wasn't missing something that I didn't.
No, I don't think so. No, you can test this if that's the case of, yeah, can you restart the game after you started the game? Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that for that scenario, that would be okay.
What I don't have passing is guess that feature. This I remember you made
Okay.
this pass yes, last night.
I did.
So given I start a new game with word Fuba, when I make the following guess, AZXO, where A and O have been guessed right, then word should read UA. Expected to find text UA in play hang person. So far, they get the blanks.
When I make the following guesses, the word be read that. Let's see it again.
You're having the same. You're having the same.
No, mine's passing. But this looks like a bug in your. Must be a bug in the hang person game.
Like the UA. Okay.
Yeah.
I think what happened. I didn't really. Okay, so that's in guess.feature. So given a set a game with word Fuba, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
When I make the following guesses, then
the word should read
UA. And wrong guesses should be ZX. So I should have in game steps start a game with the word UA.
Yeah.
So is this the step that should be executed?
Yeah. The first step. So what it does is, remember, it starts the game with foobar, so it replaces.
So this word is foobar.
Yep. And then it visits new game, or it visits /new,
Yeah.
and it clicks the button new game.
Then this is also run when I guess the words that he's guessed.
Okay. So
yeah.
So it puts that guess into letter, the foobar. Foobar is now in letter, and then it
foobar.
does dot down case, and then fill in guess with letter.
Yeah. Then you click button guess.
Okay, so it fills in guess is the form that has. So there's a form that has a guess text box and a guess button, which
That's
is in the
create. It's in the new.trb. No.
No, it's in show.
Show.
Because after you call new, it redirects to show. So you go down to form action guess, yeah, and so you see the input of a text and a submit. And so what it did is just saying we're going to put that word foobar into the text box and press it and submit guess.
Yep. So I'm still hanging in the air.
Mm-hmm. Can we check one more time? Why is it failing the test?
The tests.
Mm-hmm.
So given that I start a new game with the word foobar, when I make the guesses, the word should read UA. So how to make the word read UA is whenever each letter is guessed, it's submitted.
Yeah. I think as I read it, the problem is somewhere in the game logic.
In the game logic.
Yeah. So
it's not.
It doesn't show
in the test.
what it's getting.
Yeah.
I noticed Cucumber is not showing like on RSpec, it has the expected output and the output it got. Cucumber is not showing us what it actually got.
Okay.
Is it? So I would go back to your HangPerson app and run RSpec for that part.
So I do RSpec
spec / HangPerson apps or HangPerson game spec. Yeah.
Then which line do I want to run?
You can just run the whole thing. It'll everything. But looks like you have your displayed word with guesses is failing the Cucumber test, but it's passed all its RSpec tests. So we found a case that probably should have been in RSpec in our RSpec spec, but it wasn't. So we need to probably just go back and look at your word with guesses.
So I go look at my word with guesses. It's in the
lib.
Audit guesses. So this guy, yeah, this is the guy that you made better. Maybe I should refactor to use what you did. So I can say word dot I can't remember the word. What was the
Method gsub.
sub? And then you had a regex here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I should not have this. And it was something not.
Yep.
No, they should have that. Is it giving me blue?
So what this method does is it substitutes whatever is matched in the regex with whatever you want. Whatever, and so we're gonna sub with a dash. And what we're gonna sub for is anything that you haven't guessed correctly.
We're gonna sub with the dash, but here I need to put a regex that has.
It includes anything that you haven't already correctly guessed.
So not. Okay, anything that I think I want to. I just want to look at your screen and see what you have. Guesses. What's the hash doing?
So this is the escape for this is the non-word character class right here. Oh, what's the hash doing?
Yeah.
So this basically substitutes. This is how you can put like a variable into your character class. So this puts the guesses variable.
Okay.
This whole thing.
Okay.
It's kind of like the string interpolation, but it's like a regex interpolation.
Okay. So escape have word small w, right?
Big W.
Big W. Why big?
So we want let's see.
It's a shorthand to exclude something.
So
right?
It's like basically not non-word. So this is the not. It's going to match anything that is not listed here in this character class, right? So this big W is non-word, a non-word character / big W. Okay. So what it's saying is match any not non-word, which is any word character. Or
do I have it right? No, I don't have it right. So I should have this. And
ngoma yawa.
so
Funny enough, Mike, actually your old method seems correct to me. So I'm wondering why is it failing.
yeah, so
Maybe
that's failing for me too. The logic.
maybe the problem is not there with the word with guesses. Maybe you need to dig in other place.
See, like what the actual output is, like in RSpec it shows. Maybe we could like put that test in RSpec, or would that take a long time?
I didn't hear. Yeah, I didn't hear you right.
We can maybe pry something.
Okay. Maybe by bug.
Or by bug, yeah.
Yeah. So do we buy bug here?
Yeah, but you'll have to comment out the first line and then uncomment yours.
Okay.
Does it work?
What did I do? Okay. So I think I should do. This guy doesn't want to uncomment. Command this. Yes. Then,
Yeah. And run Cucumber. Okay. Let's have a look.
We have okay, let's go ahead. So maybe I need to see what the word is.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
I thought the word was Fuba, or did I run the wrong Cucumber test?
Oh, okay. Let's run the other.
Yeah, it's guess. This is the one that's failing.
Wipes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we just need to pass to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe I need to ask.
Wipes.
The guesses and wrong guesses.
I think we're still on the passing test case, right?
Yeah, I think if
With
I think in I'm not really familiar with Bible because of Pride. Do you guys know how you jump on the next iteration? Is it next or content? Yeah, usually it's like keywords like this.
Okay, maybe I can just do pry.
Try continue real quick. Just
if you yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that worked.
You got me.
Okay, do continue again. When I guess R, I should see R within span word. Like if you see at the top, I mean that those green lines in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where you are in the steps, the cucumber steps. So I think we need to continue again.
Better wipes.
when I start a new game with the word foobar.
Okay. Continue.
Mhm.
This is
Okay.
when I guess
Oh.
continue.
You like that?
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Fuba.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Fuba. Then here we have guesses. Then wrong. Guesses. And
I
then
think we need to continue again. And then it'll say when I guess.
Mhm.
Later.
then
Not right.
yeah. So here I
Okay.
have word, and then I have guesses, and then I have I have yeah. So this is where it keeps guessing the wrong things.
Saying anything. Still, I think we continue again.
Continue
And continue again.
and continue.
What? I don't. Is it moving? Now see what it says. Word or guesses.
Guesses. Still empty.
Hmm.
It's like not.
Some guesses empty as well.
Huh.
So is the guess method being called somewhere? Maybe the guess method is not being called when guess is clicked.
But it seems like it was going through the other tests. Okay. And
The other test was just testing new. Or I don't know. Or maybe we should just continue on to the next one. Then maybe we look into this after.
yeah, yeah, do another continue. See what happens.
Yeah, then we look into this after the.
Hopefully we don't pass up
Yeah.
wherever we're supposed to be, but
Yeah. Sure. I think because I think I actually had saw this person yesterday, so it's not. And I make the following guesses. Yeah, I think it's and just continue.
oh, okay.
Part 5. Hey Faith, are you good with us going to part 5? Hello. Maybe
She says in the chat she's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. I think she's okay. So maybe we can just corner cases, part 5. Then by now you should be familiar with the cycle. 1, pick a new scenario to work on. You'll have 2 out of 4 working at this point. Run the scenario and which it failed. Develop code that makes each step of the scenario pass. Repeat till all steps passing. Use this process to develop the code for the remaining actions, win and lose. You will need to add code to the show action that checks whether the game state it is about to show is actually a winning or losing state, or if so, it should redirect to the appropriate win or lose action. Recall that your game logic model has a method for testing if the current game state is win, lose, or keep playing the scenario, or keep playing. The scenario game over feature tests this behavior in your SaaS app. Push to a Roku and make sure everything still works. Give yourself a break and play a few rounds of hang person. While you're playing, what happens if you directly add /win to the end of your app's URL? Make sure the player cannot cheat by simply visiting the get win. Consider how to modify the actions for win, lose, and show to prevent this behavior. What to submit? Make sure all Cucumber scenarios are passing. A shorthand way to run all of them is Cucumber features, which runs all the feature files in a given directory.
All right. Yeah, let's just go ahead with that first part.
Yeah, I think Dan, maybe you want to drive on that because I don't have my tests passing. As I
sure.
Yeah, as I debug that in the background.
So if you want, we can try. You can comment out yours and comment. See if it fixes it, and then if it does, we can maybe go back and look and see why that code is failing later.
Okay.
Or maybe there's a failure somewhere else in the.
So that's mine. Strong with the features. Guess feature. How do I comment these?
No, just comment out in a hang person game. .rb. Comment out those lines again, and then comment in word.gsub and see if it passes the Cucumber.
So
No.
No, it still doesn't.
So it's somewhere else, and it's not. It wasn't a problem with your method.
No, maybe there's something that I should do to make it pass here. Guess post.
So the only thing that we changed was the new.erb, right?
Was
Remember, all we did was add the action
yeah.
to new.erb. So just check that one.
Yeah, this I already did.
Okay. Yep, looks fine. Did we even make any other changes besides that?
I don't think so.
Maybe try to add a name gas attribute to the input field.
To the input field.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Mm-hmm. It's not the case.
Yep. So I think it's
I don't know then.
yeah, it's weird.
Context.
Yeah.
In play, hang person, guess a letter, wrong guesses, word so far. It's all blanks. Okay.
It seems like the wrong guess isn't, so those are not filled up.
Maybe it's here. I think we had the same implementation with Faith here. I don't know if Haz is passing.
It seems like the wrong guesses or the guesses. I guess the guesses would be blank.
Yeah.
But if that were the case, it wouldn't pass any of the RSpec tests, and it wouldn't pass any of the other Cucumber tests. So why is it that only that one test is failing and showing a blank?
Yeah. So the only thing you changed yesterday was on the on the action attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
Because
I can't think of anything else that we changed.
Okay. Or maybe I should work on Cloud9.
No, it's something. We are missing somewhere something. So like a small piece.
Yeah.
Let me check the part 4 and see if we changed anything else.
So this is. I think this is okay.
Oh no, we did add something to the guest code in the Sinatra app.rb. So can you open your app.rb file?
Yep. Guess. Because yeah, it calls guess.
Okay, your code here. See that? We need to add a line there.
Here. Oh yeah. What was that?
Let's go back to, let me read the part 4. In the guest code in the Sinatra app.rb file, you should extract the letter submitted on the form given above in the code for you. Use that letter as a guess on the current game. Add this code in, and then redirect to the show action. And the player can see the result of their guess also done for you. So what you need to do is use the letter as a guess in the current game.
So maybe I should have
I see it now.
here. Letter.
So you have letter there.
So maybe I should have touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
All
All
Here
right.
you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
I need to shoot off in 5 minutes, guys, but no worries, continue without me. So just don't. Yeah.
I think. Okay. Oh, how did I miss that? In my head, I had it ringing that it calls the guess method, but yeah. So the next thing they're asking us to do is these guys. Then this game over. So given I start a new game with word fuba, when I make following guess, then I should win. Which one text to win? So that I start a new game with word fuba. When I make the guess fuba, then I should see you win. So
You make the following guesses, then I should see you win. So we're not allowed to.
It's basically implementing a winning condition, right?
Yep. So looking at the files that we already have win.erb and lose.erb. So I think we need to change our RB to logic to make it work, right?
You're saying we need to change what to make it work?
Go into the app.rb file.
Yep. Then
and find the place where we need to change it, I guess.
so maybe I should have an if statement here on line 44.
Line 44.
Yeah, that redirects to a different page, maybe win page, or
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
if the game state is win.
No. So we don't want to redirect. We always want to redirect to show after guess. But if you look in the comments above show,
Yeah.
I think we need to add something to show to get that win output.
This.
So yeah, like the above show, it says every time a guess is made, we should eventually end up at this route. Use existing methods in hidden person game to check if the player has won, lost, or neither, and take the appropriate action. Notice that the show.erb template expects to use the instance variables wrong guesses and word with guesses from at game.
Okay. So here, if how do I call
check what methods are available for game opportunity. Go back to the hang game.rb, you will see what methods are available to check what is the condition.
Yeah. But I think in that comment, it basically told you the only methods that you need.
Check win or lose. Okay. So
yeah.
win. I'm not sure.
Okay, what guesses?
It's yeah. Let's have a look.
Okay. Nope.
So what was done?
So what I did was to check if game.check win or lose equals win. Then I will give this.
Okay.
Else if it's lose, and I will give this.
Okay.
Else this will be it.
So let's look at, so when you call ERB win, what's that do?
This actually does ERB win should be displaying the win page.
So it's, yeah, but the views are not actually they're not necessarily whole pages.
Should
So
no?
So the
that's
So-
just it calls the embedded Ruby processor and looks, the embedded Ruby processor runs the code blocks in win.erb. It generates the HTML for the page.
Maybe I'll mute now.
Based on that code. So if you open up the win.erb, let's just check and see what's in there. So we have a uwin message and a word. And then what's on that bottom, see it says equals ERB new. And what that does is it replaces all the HTML in new at the bottom and basically generates an element that has all that in it. So what we need to do is add the erb.win to the show.erb. Just like this new is added into the win.erb, we need to add the win.erb or the erb:win command in here with .erb with the logic of when it should display that win. Right?
So I'm not sure of the rule, but I think you cannot, so just calling ERB, the template rendering ERB, it's not gonna I think it's not gonna over render what you already have.
No.
So in currently the app.rb is acting as a controller, basically. So what we can do is after we detected the winning scenario, is to redirect to the win state, to the win view, basically, but not rendering the template. We need to traffic there, basically.
So we need to you're saying we need to redirect to the win.
Yep.
Okay, oh yeah. So you're saying here I need to do that?
No, because that's, so if you check the example below, how you redirect, you give the you give the endpoint where to redirect, and not as an argument to redirect. You're not giving a template. You're giving an endpoint.
So this should be.
So basically, you're saying this what he had was correct. Then, I mean, the ERB win, the call to ERB win should be there.
No, that's fine, because so if you redirect to the win endpoint, that view is going to render the correct template.
So otherwise it doesn't.
Okay, let's try that out.
So maybe I should do some else here.
From a structural level, I would question that why you are only checking a winning or losing scenario in the show state, why you are not checking already in the guess state, after the guess state. But that's another question. Let's have a look of why the Cucumber is, what is it saying?
Laila, panda pale ulale.
Yeah, it's they're all passing. So you're asking why I'm not checking, why I'm only checking.
Let's watch the test, how it runs.
These ones, I've run the scenario.
Yep, it passed.
And it passed.
Oh, cool.
We need to clear. Game over that feature. So
yep.
Essentially what happens is that
you're only calling ERB, that's not sending a request. That's why you call redirect. And then the view gets rendered.
Okay. Yep.
So
that makes sense.
Just to respond, I think the logic of checking the game state was already done in this method, check win or lose. Which checks the word with guesses. If it equals 1, you return win. If the wrong guesses is greater than 7, then else, if it's play, maybe I should add this also. Maybe I should add this to the should be else if
yeah, for code readability you can add, but I think since that's the as case, so the last case,
yeah,
it's not necessary, because that's going to be code anyways if it runs through
it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just have it for code readability. Not sure. Yep. And I think there are more. Tests that should fail.
All right, guys, I need to go now, but yeah, I think you can do this last one, and then we finish the task.
Cool.
All right. Thank you guys for the session. See you next week.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
See you later. All right.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Dan, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Test, test. Hello. 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 Okay.
Hello.
I don't know. Hello. 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 Test, test, test.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Let me see here.